In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this star. Let's go to work. So from a past project, I've got a piece of this heart pine that's a 1x12, and I'm going to rip down some strips to 2 inches. So my 12-inch DeWalt miter saw goes to an angle of 60 degrees. Most 12-inch miter saws do. However, if yours does not, I have a simple solution that can get this angle cut for you. Here's a quick and easy solution for that matter. Take some double-sided tape, or in this case I've got blue tape taped to my bench and some blue tape taped to a 1x4. I'll take some CA glue with some activator. I'll dab some CA glue on my pieces of tape. Spray the tape that's on my bench with some activator. And set that right on top. And hold down for about 10 seconds. Once you have the 1x4 secured, turn your saw to a 45-degree angle and make a cut. Do the same thing going the opposite direction, 45 degrees. Now bring your saw back to 0 degrees, which will now act as a 45-degree angle. So in order to get your 57-degree angle, turn your saw to 12 degrees. Take your stock, make sure you're holding it nice and flat to this piece here. And be very slow with this cut. And there you have your 54 degrees. If you want to, you can double this 1x4 up with 2 of them. You can nail them together and then do your 45 cuts. And that way you have a taller wall to rest this piece on. But I don't have that problem, so that's just a tip for people who do. Okay, so now that we've got that out of the way, we're going to want 5 of them at 10 3/8. So what you want to do first is get your miter set at 36 degrees. We're going to make all of our first cuts at 36 degrees. And we're going to measure over from that cut, long point to short point, 10 3/8. What this is going to do is allow us to get 2 pieces out of this one piece here, making 1 cut. That way we don't have to keep spinning our miter so much. So follow along and let's get to work. Line up your mark with your blade, and once you like where you have it set, go ahead and set yourself up a stop block. Once you get your stop block set up, go ahead and batch out these cuts. Once you get those 5 cuts, spin your miter to 54 degrees. Now we're going to be measuring from our long point, 5 1/2 of an inch. And what that will do is once we make our 5 1/2 inch cut, that will leave us with our 4 3/4 inch cut that we need. All with making that 1 cut. So go ahead and line your blade up with your mark. Move your stop block over. And make that cut. And there you have it, your 2 pieces. So now that we have our stop block set up, let's make these cuts. Okay, so now that you have all these cut, let's separate them, the small with the small and the big with the big. Let's take our pieces and we're going to be putting the 36-degree bevels together. So let's pull them to us one at a time. We'll use some glue and we're going to use some 1-inch brads. Be careful where you nail so you don't nail yourself. and just pop a couple brads in it. Now that those are all nailed together, take your pieces, take your shorter piece and butt the longer piece. Just like this, to where the angles line up perfectly. And be aware of where you're nailing. That way you don't nail yourself. Okay, and just repeat the process. Take your short piece and butt your long piece where your angles line up. Now this should fall right into place. And it does. Voila. And there you have your star. How about this star, guys? That is so cool. It's so fun to make. You can sand them before you put them together and stain them. You can paint them. You can leave them raw. I'm just going to leave it rustic looking because I like rustic stars and trees and stuff. So, yeah, man, I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.